With Monaco and Canada having given us Grand Prix with limited action, we, the audience, have started to get concerned about the potential snorefest of a season we've got on our hands. Without crazy happenings and safety car shake-ups to turn a lousy race into a day to remember, how are we going to fight the urge to snooze every other Sunday afternoon? Well, fear not, because I've lived through the Schumacher age when overtaking was a mere rumour on the wind, dreamed of and chased after as the ancient text prophesied. Here are my 7 top tips to keep a boring race interesting. Number 1. Frame each race in the context of the title fight. Canada saw a battle for the crown swing back towards Vettel after Hamilton previously took control of that fight. With Mercedes upgrades up and coming in the middle of a stretch of power circuits, the tussle over who gets to take home that 5th title is the closest it's been in years. If you're a fan of the underdogs, watching Ricciardo and Verstappen try and muscle their way into the arena will prove fascinating, if somewhat fruitless. Probably. And you might even be a fan of Bottas. Bottas is still third, There he is. He could still win. Number 2, keep your eye on the midfield. See, further down the track, there's almost always an interesting scrap brewing somewhere, even if overtaking issues continue to make things somewhat difficult. Now, in the midfield, the pecking order fluctuates with much more volatility than at the top, even between qualifying and the race in the same weekend, so you can more often see 2 cars fighting together with enough of a performance gap for overtakes to happen. That and midfielders have much less to lose than those at the front trying to hold on to as many points as possible. Scrappy Williams and Toro Rosso drivers having to choose between single-digit points or bust will often... See, the midfield is fun, and there's a lot of soap opera drama going on in the midfield too, which brings us to... Number 3. F1 is a soap opera and you should treat it as such. And don't think of this as a criticism. We all embrace the soap opera nature of a Formula 1 all the time because it's the characters and situations we care about more than anything else. That's why we make jokes and memes about drivers and team bosses or get annoyed at specific people like Bernie or Christian Horner. It's this reality TV aspect of Formula 1 that keeps us all hooked in for the long term. We just gossip and fight over whether Daniel is going to hook up with Toto or Maurizio instead of whether Claire is going to hook up with Franco or Matilda? I don't watch Love Island, but I get it. So yeah, keep the running narratives in mind when watching this race. Hartley's contract is riding right on the edge, Grosjean is down on his luck and looking for a spark of hope, Verstappen's angry and got plenty to prove. This guy here has become an impetuous upstart. There's lots going on to give context and flavour to the race. Number 4, crack open the live timing. So in the past, which seems way too long ago now, but was probably only 5 years, the live timing was completely free and you could see all the sector times, etc. in real time through a browser. Now, the finer details are locked behind a paywall, but you can still see some of it for free, or just watch the TV graphics tower like a hawk. The fun of live timing is you can delude yourself into thinking there's more action brewing than you will actually ever see. Well, okay, maybe that's a little bit too harsh, but what I mean is, if you can see that Vettel is 6 seconds behind Verstappen, but starting to catch him at a couple of tenths per lap, you start to get a little twitchy. Maybe you can do this, you think. It'll be close, but he's really making inroads here, and you start keeping your eyes on gaps closing between drivers throughout the field and wondering where fights might be starting. It honestly does make things more tense and interesting, even though a lot of the battles can fizzle out before they really get going. The F1 app gives you a lot more live data, though it's actually really confusing to scroll through and not that easy to use. If F1 were wise, they'd put the full standard sector by sector live data for free online to get fans more engaged. Number 5, play online fantasy F1 games with friends and slowly immolate from the inside out as you once again fail to get the podium positions even remotely correct. Oh my god! The fantasy games add a pretty fun dimension to watching races as you can have half an eye on your own predictions or teams, which will force you to split your brain a little. You may not like Verstappen, for instance, but if only he overtook Raikkonen and you'd have everyone in the right places and... This kind of thing works for me as a neutral viewer who doesn't particularly fanboy over anyone at all, really. But suddenly now I have things I'm rooting for. Some games you can sign up for are over at f1.com, fantasygp.com, gppredictor.com and racefans.net/predictions. You can join the leagues I am in with the information on the screen now. Number 6, go on social media. And yeah, you're watching this on YouTube right now, so you're probably all over this, but think about it, Canada was dull, but if you're on Twitter, or this newfangled place called Discuss, then you're probably really enjoying ranting, moaning and joking about it with everyone else. I don't really understand baseball, because it seems like an awful long time for not much to happen, but I do understand getting together, having a drink and a hot dog and spending the afternoon together enjoying the sport. Twitter is just that extra dimension. Enjoy it. Even the moany bits. Find some accounts that make you laugh or make you think. You can solve all of F1's problems right from your armchair. Number 7. Start making videos on YouTube to entertain fans left cold by the stale racing. No, actually don't do that, that's a really stupid idea.